What's up, Kenra? I'm Lo Wheeler. Welcome to the Wheeler Davis Salon. Today's tutorial, I'm gonna focus on customizing a retouch appointment for a gray blend client. I'm so passionate about taking these opportunities to really customize and give your client an experience. So I'm pulling back her hair, and outside of the regrowth, I feel like there's a really good opportunity to put a couple ribbons throughout her hairline. There's a few ribbons where even once I tone it, it can show as warmth. And these pieces do show up in like finishing photos, and I really want to take this as an opportunity to pull out some of that underlining pigment. So I'm going to be open air painting a few ribbons topically. Looking at her hair, I'm also noticing that it's been a good while since we've put any kind of dimension through the underneath hairline. So that's where I'm going to start working up towards this area on each side of the temple. And this is not technique driven, it's totally customized her maintenance is requiring. I'm changing up my amount of hair that I'm putting into the foils around the hairline because I don't want to fully take away the contrast. I just want to integrate some blonde into it. So I'm going to definitely add way finer sections here than I did the back. The back was really solid, and so I felt more inclined to do a heavier weave back there. And again, it's just totally customization. So looking here, I'm quite happy with the amount of dimension. I think once I let everything else fall down out of each section, I might do a little balayage in here, just in the front, and then continue to balayage those ribbons throughout the whole top of her crown. Our formula for her regrowth is between a 7 and an 8 double ash, blue base. And I chose a blue base undertone so it minimizes an oranginess or brassiness that all brunettes have in their underlining pigment. So we're going to pick that formula to neutralize any undertones that will naturally occur in a base bumping process. I'm going to use a 20 volume so I don't encourage such a quick lift that forces those warm tones out. 20 volume is perfect for neutralizing, lift, and deposit, so that's what we're going to be doing today. And to glaze her overall blonde and new color placement, I'm choosing a deposit only formula that is 9VM, which stands for violet metallic. This is a very translucent formula, and what it's going to help me achieve is neutralization towards any yellow tones in the freshly lifted hair. I like to start my base bumps in the back as a rule of thumb. That way, if I get that extra added lift, it's going to happen within an area that I can easily control. If I started in the front of her hair and by the time I moved towards the ends got too much lift in the front, it would be problematic. So starting in the back where the cuticle's a little denser and needs a little bit more time is always going to be my strategy. I just finished her application and I can already see the back crown lifting to our desired level. And this is the exact reason why it started in the back. If I had her already being processed in the front, I'd have to wait it out. But in this case, her front pieces have a very short time left to process, and I'm gonna start painting on the toner in the front. So that way I start to really neutralize her simultaneously within that short window of her processing time that's remaining. I love this service because all of our clients eventually need some kind of maintenance at the root. It really highlights the versatility of the Kenra Professional permanent color line. It's so easy to use and it gets a beautiful result and finish every time. Thanks so much for watching, and if you love getting inspiration from education, please follow and subscribe to the Kenra YouTube channel because there's so much amazing tutorials and educators featured on their YouTube.